morning, everybody. I've been out here a little late this morning because I'm congested. I'm hoping it's just allergies, but it might be the onset of a cold. Our afternoons or daytime heat has been getting up into the low 90s, really high humidity, and then our nighttime temps have been dropping down into the 60s, and this here in the next few days it's actually going to drop down into the 50s. And so fall is really upon us. It's been a couple of weeks since our county fair, and everyone has settled in, recovered, except that the other day we did have a few of the goats that had gotten shaved down, where they had some really snotty noses, and I had a morning appointment. I came out, checked on them, gave everybody a look over, checked everybody out. I was like, okay, it's just the morning because we've got some really heavy dews and, the weird temps and stuff. I'm like, they'll be good until I get back this afternoon and I'll check them out again. Nobody seemed to be in any distress or anything like that. So I thought we were good. That afternoon, I came back and I couldn't find Luna. And I finally found her, and it appears that maybe that snotty nose that she had that I didn't think was too big of a deal was probably maybe onset of pneumonia. Not sure. So Nippy is now our only offspring out of Ida, because we lost Ida earlier in the year, and now we lost Luna, which was one of her daughters, and now we have Nippy as the only one that's left from her. But one thing I can say that Nippy does not have, but both Ida and Luna had, and it could have contributed to Luna's passing, is to where they had like an esophageal problem, is to where every single time that we tried to lead them, any time that they had any type of constriction around their neck, it was so sensitive that it was kind of like a gag reflex almost, and to where they literally just kind of collapsed from choking themselves. And one of the last times that Ida was in the ring, she actually almost like suffocated herself from just the gentle pull of the collar. We weren't trying to pressure her, we were just sitting there holding it, and it was so sensitive. And Luna was like that too, and sometimes you'll get goats like that, not all the time, but sometimes. And so unfortunately, it was a little upsetting. I'm trying really hard for it to not get to me, but it's just what it is. We've been working in the pastures the last couple of days. I'm hoping that all of my congestion is due to that, and I'll show y'all here in a minute why. But we've had a couple of breedings take place so far. I'm not gonna tell you who just yet, because we're still working. It was doe came into heat, weren't planning on it, but decided to throw him in with the buck, and so But we mix up some feed together, and I'll get out there and show y'all what we've got going on. So right now, our little area, although organized, is an absolute mess. And we've got all this hay in here from whenever we did square dancing. We had to use it on the trailer, and we're gonna feed it out and use it, but it's the last of our hay, and our hay field is ready to cut, and we're gonna square bale it. I don't know when, but we will have that done here pretty soon. So let's tidy up a little bit and then get some feed. That did not go as planned. So the little bucks are in full rut, and I smell like buck now, which is just perfect. Even though I have a stopped up nose, I could still smell them. And of course it's all over me now. I might have to burn this shirt. I don't know. Anyway, so let's see if the does are a little bit more cooperative. Hey, you got... Come on.
Ha! Get.
That's recording.
I know. Blackberry. There you go, Blackberry.
So, unfortunately, Martha has gotten really ill. She doesn't have the runs. She's got pelleted poop again, but she's not putting on the weight. And so we're just giving her all the feed that she wants. And the vet wound up saying only time at this point to where, you know, she'll make a recovery or she won't. So, but it's just that, the barber pole worm, you know, it did its damage, and so now, you know, she's got to recover, which, you know, she's got to recover now, which might take a while. And so we've got her locked up, which goats don't like being alone, but the barn is open to the rest of the herd. So Domino can come and go, which Domino's her kid, and everything. And we're giving her fresh food. The food that she doesn't eat, we're giving to the pigs. But I mean, she's not looking good at all. But we've done everything we can, and unfortunately this year we are not having luck with our boars at all. Okay, so I don't know why we're not having luck with the boars. It's kind of one of those weird things as to where the Nigerians seem to be doing just fine, and the other dairy goats seem to be doing just fine. But our boar goats, Lucky, go. Our boar goats just have not done well at all. And there is so the vet wound up telling us that usually they see the parasite resistance in a family line with the boar goats, which is quite possible because all of our boar goat problems have only been out of 2 lines. So Josephine was the only one that was not a part of the line that we've had issues with all of the others. The vet wound up saying that she doesn't know exactly why, because you would think that you know, with each breeding and stuff, you know, you would kind of breed that resistance out, but sometimes they're like, you know, it can be a really strong gene, and they see it more with the boar goats than any other goat breed. So you know, full disclosure here on for y'all, for in the future, you know, if you're raising boar goats, just to know that you know, some family lines might be parasite resistant, and if so, you know, they're gonna cost a lot of money, a lot of time, and a lot of effort to keep them alive, and they still may not make it. So you know, Martha is out of this line to where all of our boar goats, with the exception of Josephine, this year, the ones that have been sick, they're all related. And then the other half of our boar goats, they're fine. They're, you know, they're like the Nigerians. You know, in the spring they showed a little bit of parasite problems. We treated them, they bounced back, and they're fine. But Martha has had trouble ever since she kidded this year. The pigs are fighting over their breakfast. So I don't know. We're gonna give her some B12 injections, try to increase her appetite, and give her, we've given her some of the sweeter side of the feed to see if it'll help get her to eat. Give her some good hay, and she's kind of nibbled at it all, but she hasn't really been eating at it. So she's losing weight, and we'll see what happens. All of these guys are waiting for me to open the gate so they can get back in. But we're gonna open up the kid pen and let these guys out. And so that's kind of our morning routine right now. And then I'll show y'all what we've been doing around here.